Welcome back, basketball fans. So, I saw a poll on social media talking about who is the leader for this year's MVP. And obviously, a lot of players have got off the hot starts. Joker got off a little slow, but is really heating up, winning Western Player of the Week, and on pace to be a two-time triple double guy, which would be unfathomable. You know, the only player in NBA history to have two seasons where he averaged a triple double. You have, of course, Giannis, who is killing it right now for Milwaukee, putting up obscene numbers. And of course, SG is doing the same thing he did last year when he won the MVP, leading his team to a 11-1 start, which is scary when you think about the rest of the year moving forward. And then, of course, you have Luka. And Luka's had a year to sort of get his feet wet underneath of him. Obviously, LeBron James hasn't played yet for the Lakers, so this has given Luka all the chance that he needed to basically take over the team. Missed a few games here and there, but overall is almost averaging a triple-double as well this year, which is unbelievable. And the first 4 games of the season, he was averaging 40 points a game, so he's killing it too. When you think of these players and how much they contribute to their team's success, it's going to be a big push, right, for the whole year. Obviously, obscene numbers and team success are what you need to succeed. For the Joker, because of his dominance over the last 6 years, whatever it's been, basically being the best player in the league, he hasn't necessarily got as much love as he could have got. He could have won a few more MVPs during this run. But as is normal, voter fatigue has kicked in and obviously led to some other players getting it, like Joel Embiid one year, who didn't really deserve it, but he did have a spectacular year, and so he was rewarded for it. Also last year, SGA, obviously his team played great. They ended up winning everything, so hats off to them. Winning is the key to everything. If you win, that shows you all the success in the world you need. Whereas Joker's team wasn't as dominant, but his numbers were obscene, right? When have you ever had a guy average a triple-double that didn't win an MVP, right? I don't think in the history of the NBA that ever happened. I'm pretty sure Oscar Robertson won it back in the day for Milwaukee, and I know Westbrook definitely won, even though his team wasn't that successful. So now it comes into this year. It's mostly who would you like to see win. For me, obviously, I'd love to see Luka win. Luka's put up some great numbers through his career. Obviously, has had a lot of team success. Led Dallas all the way to the finals, losing to Boston. But that Boston team was obscene. That was a stacked team, right? So there was no surprise that Luka ended up losing to that team. The problem was that his number 2 man literally disappeared completely. Yet it was mostly Luka that seemed to get the criticism for the fact that Dallas wasn't able to beat Boston in the finals, even though his numbers and what he did and the minutes he played were the number 1 in the playoffs, right? So what else could you expect from him? You need team success to win at that level. And unfortunately for Kyrie Irving, he completely disappeared against Boston. And that, of course, might be a bigger story based on his previous experience with Boston and all the negativity that's attached to it, and obviously how mentally that might have really got to him. So, for his team to then trade him after such success and blame him for the team's failure because of his lack of physical fitness and his lack of defense, is crazy. Because you know what you're getting. You know exactly what you're getting from him. You're getting an offensive machine. Defense is not what you're hoping that he contributes to their success. With the Lakers, it'll be interesting to see how they do this year. I think their push is really to make the playoffs. Obviously, it's a tough Western division, and it does look like Oak City is going to easily win the league and maybe have the best season in NBA history. We will see. But at this point in the season, who do you favor to go on to win the NBA MVP? As I said, I'd love it to be Luka. It would just be that, individual accolade that he deserves for having a fantastic career so far. But let me know what you think in the comment section below.